It is now the sixth day of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and things could soon take a turn for the worse. Right now, a convoy of Russian troops about 40 miles long is bearing down on the capital. A Pentagon official says Russia has now deployed about 75% of combat power inside Ukraine. Ukraine's president is accusing Russia of committing war crimes as bombing and shelling around Kyiv intensifies. Overnight, the International Atomic Energy Agency said Russian troops are now approaching a nuclear plant in southern Ukraine. More than 400 civilians have been reported dead in Ukraine, and more than 500,000 have rushed to escape in what has become a refugee crisis.
I have worked in refugee crisis for almost 40 years, and I have rarely seen such an incredibly fast rising exodus of people.
The UN estimates up to 4 million people could flee Ukraine in the coming days and weeks. It is a long and exhausting trip to the border, and once refugees get there, they have to figure out what's next. You can expect the crisis in Ukraine to be a big topic in President Biden's State of the Union address tonight. It will be his first State of the Union to both chambers of Congress. Cleo Green with us right now on what to expect in tonight's speech. There's been speculation. We have some ideas, but details are still left to be known.
Yes, and here's the deal, Kara. Well, political experts say ever since Russia invaded Ukraine, well, the president has been reworking and reshaping his message for tonight. So it begins at 8 o'clock tonight, the president's first State of the Union address, and you can watch it right here on WFAA. All right, let's get to some of those issues and topics that we can expect for tonight. Of course, he's going to talk about rising inflation. Remember, the president said at one point this was just going to be a temporary inconvenience. So he's definitely going to have to clarify that and talk about that tonight, especially with rising gas prices as well. He also plans to resurrect some components of his Build Back Better plan and legislation for that, like the child tax credit, which could provide some immediate relief to families. Moving on here, he's going to be talking about pandemic fatigue, especially since millions of Americans have been vaccinated and the CDC relaxed their mask guidance. All right, let's get back to the war in Ukraine here. Biden, in his remarks, planned to highlight the bravery of Ukrainian defenders and the resolve of a newly reinvigorated Western alliance that has worked to rearm the Ukrainian military and impose sanctions on Russia to cripple its economy. Now, this comes as the president's approval rating has hit a new low of 38%, and that's according to a new Harvard Caps Harris poll survey that was released exclusively to The Hill on Friday. Now, security around the Capitol is tight this year, and I do want to mention here that after the State of the Union address, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds will deliver the Republican response to Biden's State of the Union address, which begins at 8 o'clock tonight.